สวัสดีค่ะทุกคนยินดีต้อนรับเข้าสู่ Tech Spotlight นะคะรายการที่จะพาทุกคนไปรู้จักกับบริษัทเทคชั้นนำของประเทศไทยนะคะวันนี้เรามาพบกับคุณแคสจาก What Not Startup Studio วันนี้อินเทอร์วิวอาจจะเป็นภาษาอังกฤษทั้งหมดนะคะแต่ว่าเขาจะมาแนะนำเกี่ยวกับ What Not Startup Studio ค่ะ Hello Cas
Hey, hello. So my name is Kastytis. I'm Lithuanian. I'm from Whatnot Startup Studio. We are based here in Bangkok, and we're building startups that we come up with. In order, to explain who we are, I should probably start to explain, what generally is a startup studio. I think that a lot of people don't really know. So we're usually startup studios anywhere around the world are a bunch of entrepreneurs and smart and creative people who come up with multiple business concepts at the same time, and they launch them as quickly as possible to the market. So it's somewhere where you have like great talent and people who really, really want to do something new together with a lot of vetted ideas that a studio has already tried before. So, for example, the first startup studio per se that called itself a startup studio was Idea Lab. It's this multi-billion organization that starts so many different businesses, and compared to how risky it is to build startups, they're capable to basically build startups at almost 70% success rate. Traditionally, to compare it to traditional startups, you have studios providing better returns on investments. They have a kind of faster process of launching the business and scaling the business just because it's people who already have done this before. So as you can see, kind of everything moves faster in a startup studio, and kind of the growth is expected to be higher. So what's cool about them is that we build startups from scratch. So we're not incubators. So that means we're not looking for other people's ideas. We're not looking to, help entrepreneurs to build their own businesses. We as a team come up with our own ideas and we start everything from zero. So that means that within a startup studio, you would have operations that run the business, marketeers that help to sell, and salespeople who help to reach out to your potential clients or existing clients. You have developers that build the products, and you have people who are helping to recruit and fit in the required roles really fast. So this is all within one studio. The concept here is that basically you can't change the direction of the wind, but you can always change yourself. So because the world is changing so quickly, you can try multiple ideas and then learn and then change accordingly. So the way how we work, same as most of the studios, is we come up with new ideas, all the time, like thinking what would be cool. We build and market new products, and then things that fail, we know that some things would fail because you cannot promise, but we take the code, the brand, the experience that we've got, and then we try to think, can we use it next time to increase the chances of success? So it's kind of preparing for the failure, knowing that it's going to happen, but making sure that some of the ideas keep on going. So one good example is Science Incorporated in the world, which is like a lot of different businesses, from Dog Vacay to Hello Society to actually Dollar Shave Club. So they have a tech company. Well, they have like their tech development team that builds multiple businesses at the same time. And all around the world, they have sales teams that help to sell, market the products and see if it actually works. So what it means is that do market really want these products that you came up with? So the good one was, if you've ever seen, and I recommend, to see their ads at the beginning, was Dollar Shave Club. They literally came up with an idea internally. They managed to penetrate a market where 70% of the industry was like one big player, Unilever. And they grew from like 4 million to 65 million and eventually sold for 1 billion to Unilever. So this is exactly what we are trying to do. We're a powerhouse of ideas with a commercial interest in big scalable concepts. So we are entrepreneurs. I've started my first company when I was 19 years old, which was 15, 16 years ago. I built that company back in Lithuania. I sold it. Then I started a business accelerator where I worked with multiple different ideas. Same thing with my business partners who we started this company with. They all tried different businesses, different projects on by themselves before. And we kind of united to join forces and, build these ideas collaboratively. So, our kind of goal is to figure out what kind of ideas we could build that would bring this balance between nature and culture. So this is something that we're definitely passionate about. And we're trying to build concepts and businesses that would either be beneficial for the nature one way or another, or kind of help to elaborate the culture itself. So far, we've built quite a few different ideas. Gaurai is one of the platforms that we would be looking for people for. We would want, to encourage people to join. This is our agri-tech platform that connects farmers with freelance agri-drone pilots, and we have drones of our own, which helps to spray different farmlands, mainly now in the Rayong area and Chonburi areas. But the goal is that with precision agriculture, we believe that it could reduce the amount of space needed for farming. Therefore, maybe we can regain some land for forests, wild nature and jungle and everything else. We've built quite a few businesses for our corporate client Proxa, called ZetaCore, ReadyFix, and AskCorp, which are, covering from one-stop online service for furniture to, home servicing solutions to even an auction to bid on quality homes around Bangkok. There are some projects that we really are interested to try, but as we kind of usually spend around 6 months to play with one idea until we either spin it out as a new company or, kill it, we want to kind of keep it. So maybe there's some people who would like to join us and to help build some of these ideas. So one of them is we want to build an actual space in Bangkok called the House of Yes, which could be like, if you've ever heard about Soho House in London, it could be something similar for people with great, amazing ideas, and help them to kind of meet and reach each other. Second one, which is already launched, it's Resonance. It's our HR platform helping to match cool people with cool companies. So we're building this data-driven platform, which helps to really identify what makes people tick to work together. Because in many cases, it doesn't matter how good your skills are. If you hate each other in the team and you don't like where the business is going, it doesn't matter. You're just not going to be motivated to really, be the best version of yourselves. So what we're trying to solve is the problem of how to predict and avoid those mismatches in organizations for hiring. Another one, which is also something that we're launching, is a kind of startup school, which we're calling not a school, NAS, where we have built different concepts for courses, but those courses are not, success training. It's more about how to step out of the box and engage with your creativity, how to be a bit more daring and courageous to try and fail, how to, really be able to step out of your comfort zone and do something instead of just planning or hoping or expecting that someone will, bring it to you. Other things that we want to do is we want to introduce bidet guns to Europe. We think that it's something that, at least when we travel back from Asia, we think that it's a thing that we should introduce from Asia into Europe. One more thing is the impact of fast fashion on nature. We want to kind of build a project that provides really high fashion rentals in Bangkok, so that people would be able to enjoy fashion as the way of expressing themselves. Because we have a lot of experience, at least a decade of experience working with food, we're working with several concepts that would bring more sustainable and delicious, products to the market soon. If you would join our team, we would really be open to add more ideas from your side And maybe this is something that we could add to our list of things that we could build. How do we do this? We get our hands really dirty. Like we do it ourselves. We don't let, everybody and somebody else do this. So we try to keep our internal values and culture and purpose as strong as we can to attract, people that are good and really motivated to build something amazing. Then we share the resources. So to protect these startups. So we know that mainly the businesses fail because they don't have access to technology, don't have the people, or they have funding issues. So we are trying to kind of just umbrella from all of these things, those ideas, so that internally we could actually just test as much as we can and reduce the amount of failure. Generally, you can always talk to us if you would like to build ideas but you don't know where to begin. If you might have resources to build something but you don't really know which thing you want to build, you can also talk to us. Or you just want to help us to kind of create a cool world with thriving nature and culture.
If fourth juniors, if they want to join whatnot, what kind of DNA or positions are you finding?
Mainly, we're looking for people who would like to try and build products and actually, build products. That means that we're looking for full stack developers, front end developers, back end developers. We have a product that really demands data science. It's like the one that I've mentioned for the HR, like trying to really understand the psychology and design, the questionnaires and really understand, what are these data points that help us to match people that would be happy in their position, as well as, they would fit in the roles of, our clients perfectly. Data science is a huge, so anyone who is like kind of working on data science, we're looking for them too. We're also looking for designers, from UX UI designers to just graphic designers and people who would like to, experiment their artistic capabilities with just like making a bunch of like Facebook ads up to the point where if they would like to design the whole brand. So these are the roles that we mainly are actively looking for.
This is a question that people might want to ask is, why Thailand?
One of our co-founders was here. He moved with a startup team from UK who raised money, and they just decided that for them to build a product, they don't really need to, pay London rental costs. So they moved to Pai and they just rented a house and they were working on the project. And my colleague was there. We started kind of building a network there and we started loving the country more and more. And we just decided that, why not? Why not Thailand? The economy is growing. There's more and more people who are trying, to build new solutions and solve problems locally. We think that it has like a pretty positive future. So we thought, why don't we just invest in.
Lastly, do you have any advice for the juniors who want to join whatnot or wanting to come into this industry?
First of all, is trying to not be afraid of failure, because we know that like startup studios are designed because startups fail and ideas fail. So first advice would be, don't be afraid to just try. Don't be afraid of chaos. Don't be afraid to try new things, even though you're not ready. And being proactive is something also what we really encourage, just especially from people who are technical. There's no such thing as hierarchy in our team. So like if you think that something is stupid and it won't work, and you have, a reason why, and you can find a better way, that's what we're always looking for. So our, recommendation is, and I think that it's for any startup studio or a business that is focused on innovation and building something new, these 3 rules of being proactive and expressing your opinion. And if you think that you can make things better, always trying to make things better, being, courageous and not afraid to try and fail and stand up again and then fail and then stand up again.
Thank you today, Cass, for giving a lot of advice, and it was really insightful into whatnot as a business. Thank you for giving your time for the interview today. It was a lot of fun.